Hello everyone, I am back. I've been absent for a while. It's been a busy summer and we started back at school. But I need to start on a new cover for a custom order. It's going to be kind of an oceany, mermaidy kind of journal. And as I was looking through my fabrics, I rediscovered these that I had gotten on a whim a while ago at, I think I got these at Joann Fabrics. And I was like, oh my gosh, well, these are kind of perfect. And so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a note of inspiration from all the lovely ladies who are doing those flow stitching, free flow stitching activities for a cover. Now, both Artie Mays and Gail Augustinelli did the thing where you take all the pieces and you like cut them into tiny pieces, and then I'm just going to do strips instead of all the tiny pieces because I don't have any of that starchy embroidery stabilizer stuff. So I think I'm going to try strips. So what I was thinking I would do is I would take a piece of muslin and I will stain it, and that will be the base for my fabric strips that I will use these guys. And then this will be this Tyvek envelope that I bought at Staples, I think is going to be the base for my cover. So that's my loose plan, is to stain the fabric, to stain the muslin, and then use strips of these to do kind of a sea-themed journal. So what I did was I pulled out the distress stains, not the oxides, just the stains that are kind of blue, green, and I have the one purple. Don't have a lot of purple. So I'm just going to try spraying this. Oh, you know what? Oh, I have some plain water here. And I'm just going to see where this takes me. I may not load this. I may decide, oh, that was a giant mistake. And I will, we'll see. So these are my most oceany ones. This is Broken China and Mermaid Lagoon. And I actually have 2 cracked pistachios, and I have another backup one in the drawer because I love that color. Twisted Citron, Evergreen Bow. I have Rustic Wilderness, Mowed Lawn, Pine Needle, Chipped Sapphire, which is a really nice deep blue, Rocky Clover, Speckled Egg, Salvage Patina, and then I have this Dusty Concord. And this is a stain. It's just messy because it's been in the drawer with the other mess. Okay. Oop, got some on there already. That's okay, because that's what we're doing. We're all about creating color right now. Okay, so maybe that's what I'll do. I think what I'll do is I will give this all a wet layer. So my mat underneath is like a silicone mat that I have that is pretty indestructible. So I'm just trying to make this damp. So that I don't get too much of a, oh, come on. My little spray bottle's like, you're making me work too hard. All right, so here we go. So I hope you're all well. We are back at school. And we are required to wear masks, and nobody wants to wear them anymore. So it's a little bit of a struggle. That's my husband getting back from walking the dog, I think. So that was Broken China. Here, I'm going to do a little Mermaid Lagoon. I think Mermaid Lagoon, yeah, is very similar to Broken China. It's just a little more intense. I'm going to balance that off with some Twisted Citron. And then maybe I'll go around with a little more water. Make sure all of this can blend. So this is also to keep in mind, this is just going to be a background. Maybe it needs a little deep color. And then I wanted to try the Salvage Patina for some other. So this is just in case, like, you see any of the fabric. Okay, I think I'm going to try a little bit of a smoosh. Smoosh. Oh, I like that. Get the edges. Sop up that extra color there. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I like that. This little bit here. I probably ought to be paying extra attention to the edges, because that might be what is most likely to show through. Okay, so let's see. What if I not? If I'm going to use Speckled Egg. Speckled Egg is kind of a gray, isn't it? But that's okay. The sea can be gray. All right. So that is one background, and I actually need two. I need one for the inside, one for the outside, or three. One for the inside, one for the outside, and then one for the flap. I'm just going to do a little, what is this?
Tofu filling for tacos?
Yeah, sounds good.
Barbecue tofu thing?
Yep. It is Taco Tuesday here at the Harris household. Whoops. Okay. So here's the next one. I like how that worked. So once again, this is the back, because you know it's longer. So it's going to fit over. Was that the wrong one? It was the wrong one. Well, that'll be my mop-up cloth. Okay. No harm, no foul. So this, let's see, this must be the inside one, because that's going to go inside here, and then I have another one to go on the flap, and I'll tuck that in like that, and I'll trim it so it tucks in nicely. Okay, so that's drying. The wetting it worked really well. I'm going to just mop some of this up, and I'm going to do that again, and then after these dry, I'll come back and I will do the strips of fabric. I have some silk and some sari silks that I might include in there, but instead of doing all the little chopped up bits, I'm just going to do like strips of fabric, I think, to make a cover. Okay, so let's get that Mermaid Lagoon again. I like how that goes. And some cracked pistachio. And some, let's do something more green this time. Some pine needles. No, I don't know. I think there was one of these that doesn't come out well. Do some purple. Ah, that's a little different. Okay, so then there was the faded jeans. Oops. Wow, that looks so similar, doesn't it? Huh. Interesting. And then Salvage Patina. I really liked the Salvage Patina for a turquoise. Okay. Let's give this a little bit more water, and then I'll give it a smoosh to blend. I'm gonna try tucking my edges in, and then give it a smoosh. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That could even be a Cosmos kind of a one. Yeah, so we got my son's senior pictures back yesterday. Oh my gosh. I haven't published them yet, but I'll put them up on my Instagram at some point. Oh, this is more of a direct spray kind of thing, huh? Okay. Ta-da! That's going to go to dry. And then I have a mop-up cloth. I have another mop-up cloth from another project that I should probably use in order to get more color on. There we go. That's good. Get some color on these mop-up cloths. Alrighty, so I will be back when that's all dry and it's time to put the strips on. Hope all is well, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hello again. So this is how it's come out. I did 3 pieces. And I'm afraid I did get a little overly excited and I started to do the next step before I went, oh my gosh, I need to turn on the camera. So here is the piece that is going to go into the, it's going to slot into the fold here. And I'm going to have to do some trimming to get it to slot in nicely, but it's going to slot in that way. And then this piece here is going to be the inside. And then I started working on the cover, and this is what I have so far. What I did is I took strips of these fabrics. I cut, hold on, I'm reaching to the side here to get my pile. I cut some silks, some sari silks, and I cut 3 strips of each of these fabrics. And you know, I just cut a little strip and ripped it the length of this fabric. And then I mixed them up and layered them with some other bits of sari and some ribbon and some eyelash trim. And I have this type of blue, I think it feels more like nylon. I don't know if it's silk or nylon, but I've got that spool and I've got this spool. So I just took some of the different types of sari that I had and I layered them in strips. And I kind of did the darker ones at the bottom, thinking, you know, the depths are dark. And then what I did is I've already been to the machine and I've done some really big, see, it's on there. I've done some really big, gross, big wave motions. And I did tack it down a little bit with some 3-in-1 because I did not have any of that stabilizer. I have to admit, while I was sewing, I was wishing for some stabilizer, but you can do it without it. This goes to show I tacked it down along the edges in a couple of places and strategically a little bit in the middle in a couple of places, thinking that when I fold it, if it's showing through, you know, it won't be the end of the world. And I managed to spill some on my pants, which I'm rather sad about. I don't know if that was going to come off or not. That's what you get for not changing out of your school clothes into play clothes after school. Okay, so this one I have to catch. And I also was, as I was going, I was kind of weaving and tucking some of the ends in and around a little bit. This woven one really wanted to catch on the foot. The one thing, I do not have one of those round free flow feet, although I've ordered one. I'm just not patient enough to wait for it to come. But I did go, and you know, you have the little teeth that move the fabric. I put it on the lowest setting so that it's not really tracking the fabric. And that made a huge bit of difference for me able to move it around. So I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do some narrower sewing waves to catch a little bit more of this. And then I'll trim it and fold it. And the next time I come back, I should have a piece of fabric that looks a lot like a cover. So thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in a bit. Bye. Okay, hello. So this is the final product. I'm really happy with it. So I glued the, I sewed down the edges. I snipped off the excess, which I kept. It's all over here. And I glued it down to the envelope on that side. And I also snipped open the envelope before I did any of this. So I have a pocket there. And then I glued down the bit for the flap. And I don't know if you can see that. I contoured it. So it kind of goes to here, and I contoured it so that it would go out to the edges. So it would be full length here, but then slide in here, in there pretty easily. And then I glued this one down with the 3-in-1 and realized, oh, I don't like that. It seeps through. It makes kind of like a hard surface. So I switched back to this glue stick. And it just, I've told myself I'm not going to buy any more of these because glue sticks are just so much plastic. There's the outer plastic, there's the cap, there's the bit inside that pushes it up. You waste some glue. And it's not an eco-friendly product. And so I vowed not to buy any more of it, but boy, does it work well. So sad about that. So that's what I glued this piece down with. I glued on the Tyvek envelopes. I need to fix that little bit right there. And then I also glued the fabric to fabric because they're both of the front and the back cover overhung, went past the edge of the envelope. So the edge of the envelope is right there, and there was extra fabric. So I glued those two pieces together rather than sewing them because there's already so much sewing on this side. I didn't really want a straight line here, and I didn't really want a straight line there either. So that's what, and then I also decided just to fold this flat. And usually what I'll do is I'll fold this edge to this and then use this as a flap. But I thought I don't really need that. This is just going to now serve as the back pocket for the journal. So I'm just going to do that, and I'll figure out a different way of doing a closure later. Maybe I'll do no, I won't do 2 grommets. I don't know. I'll figure some other way of doing it. But that is my seaside ocean themed journal cover using inked muslin and kind of flow stitching, my version of flow stitching. So thank you for sticking with me, and I hope to bring you some more ocean journal stuff, and I hope you have a great weekend and you stay safe. Bye-bye.